Welcome.
What's going on, everybody? This is week 2. Thanks for joining us again. This is the Fowl Language Podcast.
Yes, sir.
I'm Lamar, and that's Kevin over there.
AKA Mr. KC Fowler in the building. What's going on, good people?
That's right. Yep, we are the Fowl Language Podcast, where we're two black guys who are husbands, fathers,
That's right,
men, and we're just going to share our thoughts on the world and have a good time while doing it. So welcome to the ride.
And you might just hear some foul language while you're here.
Yep. So let's get this thing kicking off with, as we do,
Big brother,
what's best in life?
What is best in life, sir? I mean, what isn't really? But if I may go first, if you don't mind.
My pleasure.
But this week has actually been a pretty effed up week, man. But you know what I'm saying? Where there's rain clouds, there's a sunshine somewhere or something like that, however the hell it goes. But our cousin Taylor, she got homecoming queen for Josie. Shout out to Taylor one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She did her thing.
She gets 2 weeks of shout outs because we shouted out last week too. So good shit.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Oh, well, that's twice. You go homecoming queen. Hopefully soon we'll be shouting out to Latangela, my oldest daughter, for senior of the year or whatever that thing
Miss
is
Senior,
called.
man.
Miss Senior. There it is. I didn't make it that far, man. I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. And yeah. That's about it. Like I said, man, it's just been a long week.
Wow, short one.
Yeah, it's been a long week, man.
But hey, man, we are here. We are recording. We got accessories, as I think they'll be known as from now on.
Yeah, gotta have the accessories. Stay tuned on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, so we can show you these accessories in the future.
Yeah, you can kind of see what we're partaking in this evening. Had a couple technical difficulties this afternoon, but it ain't gonna stop the show.
So you big brother.
All right.
So you had an interesting week, man. What is best in life?
Yeah, my week was interesting. So if you remember last week, my fancy glass from last week, my Glencairn, it broke.
Yeah, I remember we talked about it.
Yeah, so I think we talked about it when we talked earlier in the week. Shit broke.
Yep.
I was pissed. But then I was like, well, opportunity to get some more glasses. So I went out to Amazon and got this bad boy right here. Link in the description if you're interested too. Just be a little affiliate link. Helps us out a little bit, do what we do. So we appreciate any support.
Yep.
A little bit about it. It's just it's faux wood, but it's double walled and it's metal. So this one won't break. We won't be breaking any more glasses. But
does it stay cold?
Yeah.
Like for a longer period, like what's that, insulated or whatever?
Yeah, double walled. So I got a French press at work for my coffee. The same kind of thing, keeps the cold stuff cold, keeps the hot stuff hot.
Right.
I love it.
Right on.
But it's bigger too, so that means less refills. So I like that.
It's true.
But yeah, so this week, so those came in, ordered those, had a couple other things come in. After last week, I learned a couple things about my setup out here. So I bought a couple things so I don't have cords every damn where, and that cleaned that up. So that's going pretty good. I'm checking it out. Works pretty good. Kind of excited about that.
Right.
Yeah. So was sleeping last night. Woke up early in the morning. It was raining hard as hell. So in the fall in Texas, what that means is you could have 80, 90 degrees. It's going to be cold the next day. So I don't think we made it over, I think 52. Hence, sweater, hat, complete flip-flop from last week. You had on your fleece last week.
Yeah, it was cold
out here in t-shirt. Shit, I didn't even put shoes on, man. I forgot to put my shoes on. I was like, well, I'm out here.
No, I can't be barefooted tonight with a snake running around.
Yeah, man, I saw that.
So paranoid right now, but my bad. Continue.
I bet. But no, that's about it. I mean, it's been a good week. I actually voted today.
All right.
I talked about last week.
I still haven't made it.
It took me all of 10 minutes to get in and get out, and I took Simone with me. So I kind of walked her through it. She got to see it. So that was cool. It was a guy next to me. He was explaining it to his kid too.
Oh, that's dope.
So that was kind of cool. So
Well, y'all have inspired me. I think if I don't have all of my kids at that time, if I can't take the older ones, I'm at least take Keontae with me.
I was gonna say, given the world and your 5 kids, I mean, you going in there like a squad.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if
we walking in tactical formations.
They might think that's
wedge formation,
voter intimidation or something. So you might want to be careful.
We gonna go there with Black Lives Matter t-shirts on.
Excuse me.
But something we failed to mention about this week, and my bad ahead of time. Our uncle had a birthday this past Tuesday. We had a nice little cigar session. What was that, Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Wednesday.
And it's always fun, man, to talk to you and talk to Unc. And you know what I'm saying? We laugh and pick at each other all the time, even though we saw about this much of Unc the entire time. But you know,
and you know, he likes to be like, you know, top of the head for the first hour. And then, you know, once the drinks sit in a little bit, the camera comes down a little lower.
And it's good times, man. It's always a good time. I mean, I get
it was a lot of fun
and laugh and joke with like 2 of the positive male role models that I've had that's been very influential in stuff I do and stuff like that. See, that's the problem with light skin. You're always crying, I'll be sure.
Once again, no light skin. Be 2 episodes in and you got 2 light. That's it.
Problem. No, it's just don't wake me. I'm dreaming. Face ass. But yeah, man, like
that song's in my head, man.
Don't wake me up till my dream.
Don't wake me up till my dream is complete.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. But hey, what is best in life?
In life, yes, sir.
You don't know what you're gonna get, but you got to keep running with it.
That's right. Long as you can smile and appreciate the good stuff, it's good.
Never let negative energy in your positive world, man.
That's right. So let's get on into this stuff for tonight. So I got a real heavy one to start the night off.
Okay. Let's go ahead.
I was listening to a podcast earlier in the week, and they were talking about the racial wealth gap. So I don't know, are you familiar with that concept and that term?
Definitely.
Kind of tell me what you know and what it means to you.
Basically, you know, the white, black, Hispanic, there's a big gap as far as, you know, household accounts, assets, things of that nature. It's just been a big gap compared to them. Like, for instance, as far as assets goes, in July, I think black people were like at what was it, $6? It was like $6 compared to $100 for every white person or something like that. But that was back in July.
Yeah, got you.
That was back in July.
Well, I mean, that's still based on how it's calculated. I mean, you between July and now, I mean, you won't expect a significant switch one way or the other. So I mean, that's still a good number to use. So right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You got it. So I was looking at it, and I actually was looking at a documentary. Happened to catch it on accident. It was real short, like a mini documentary on Netflix when it talks about it.
Okay.
And a couple numbers that they talked about was they said the net worth of the average. No, they used the median, and I like the median better than the average because the average can be skewed one way or the other.
Correct.
By some, you know, if you got a whole bunch of billionaires, that throws the median up. So that messes. I mean, the average up. So with the median income of the black family is the median net worth of a black family is $17,600.
Okay.
And then the median net worth of the average white family, or the typical, I won't say average white family, is $171,600. So there's a big disparity between the two. And so I went on to detail those, and it talks about a couple of things. And I kind of go through them piece by piece, and you can kind of give me your thoughts as we're going through it.
Okay.
So the first thing they talked about was kind of like right after slavery, you know, talking to 40 acres and a mule and all that jazz. And
that we never got.
The things that we were promised as a people that would have been significant to that wealth accumulation.
Right.
That we never got. So, I mean, what do you think about like that? And then I kind of tell you what I was thinking.
Basically, as far as the economic standpoint goes, back in that time frame, we ran it. It was us. We built everything. We grew everything. It was just us, and they didn't want us to have that power because they looked at us as monkeys or some kind of animals that's stupid. When in actuality, we were some of the smartest people out there. I mean, just speaking on slavery for a second, I know I'm kind of off topic, but that takes some intelligence to sing your escape route while you're picking cotton. You know what I'm saying? To
Right.
braid the map into your hair and stuff like that. Like they feared us then. They didn't
Right. I
want
mean,
us to be on the same level as them.
you even think about like in Brazil, capoeira, and I'm sure you're familiar with what that is. They developed a whole martial art to kick that ass,
Right.
but made it like a dance, so you wouldn't know any better.
Right.
So you're right about that. I mean, that takes brilliance and ingenuity. And I mean, you even look at when we did get the opportunity to get those resources together, you get situations like Tulsa and different areas throughout the country that are very similar.
Definitely. And it that played a small role in my opinion, the beginning of our division as a people.
Oh yeah?
We're gonna pick we're not gonna give this slave family nothing, whatever. But this slave family right here could still come work for the master, make 25 cents, and lord it over your broker neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Further causing our division, because since slavery, it's been division, and the wealth gap, in my opinion, has a lot. As far as our part, has a little bit to do with us self-sabotaging, if you will.
Sure. I'll get there. I kind of wanted to, when I was thinking about it, is I was looking at it and kind of from post-slavery to now.
Okay.
So I was kind of looking at it, and then I was looking at, the when you think of your net worth, your and for those that don't know, no judgment, it's all good. When we're talking net worth, what we're talking about is you take all your assets, everything that you own that has monetary value, and you subtract all of your debts, so and or liabilities, anything that you owe money to, that car payment, that student loan, that how that mortgage, anything like that's gonna be how your net worth is calculated. And if you got any questions about how to do that, I can send you, I can link something. Just leave it in the comments, and if you're really interested, I can help you out with that. I'm no accountant or anything like that, but if people want to learn something and I got it, I'm all for sharing it. So just
definitely help me.
Drop a comment, hit us up on Instagram, let us know, and we can talk about that. But so when they were talking about like the housing in the past, it was hard for us to, and this was even from the documentary that I was just watching, is they talked about it was hard for a Black family to get a house, and it was hard for them to get home loans, and it was hard for them to get insured for that for the house, because they would have it in areas, quote unquote, Black areas, and they wouldn't want to insure that because they would consider that risky, and so because of that, they couldn't get houses. And they had a story from Cory Booker on there, and he was saying that like when his dad was trying to find a house, every house they would go to with the realtor, they wouldn't show him the house, or they wouldn't make the deal. They wouldn't accept the offer. So what he ended up doing was having a white family go. The offer was accepted, and when it was closing time, his dad showed up, with the lawyer in tow, like, "Hey, thanks for the house." And and the other side was pissed off. They actually, he said, according to the story, he punched the lawyer. So so they got to a brawl and they got ugly. So if you think about like that, and you think about how houses are passed down, and you think about a house, like think about the people in California that bought a house back in the day for like $50K, $100K, something like that, and it's worth $1 million now, easy. And think about that kind of wealth transfer. And then they talked about what is it, the subprime lending back in 08. You
subprime lending, what is that exactly?
So it's basically where what they were doing back then is everybody could get a home loan. It was like I think it was called Ninja loans was part of it. No income, no job, or something like that. I forgot exactly what it, but I think it was Ninja. No income, no job. So you didn't have to prove anything as far as your house. So like when we bought our house in 2010, we had to show like income for the past, I think 6 months, any large movements of income deposits in our bank account, any significant debt, any new debt. We had to justify all that kind of stuff. But back then it was like, oh, you want this house? Great. And they didn't care if, like, you couldn't afford it. And what they would do is they would have what they would call a variable interest rate loan.
Mm-hmm.
And so what was happening, and for those that this is getting a little boring, I kind of geek out about this sometimes, but so bear with me. I get to the point. They you would start with a real cheap payment, and then as the years go on, your payment will balloon and balloon and balloon and balloon and balloon, whereas you couldn't afford it at the end. So people were like walking away from their houses. So that amount of Black home ownership was kicked out on that too. And if you ever pay attention to the news, sometime there's certain banks, Wells Fargo in particular, they settled for a lawsuit where they were saying that they were targeting Blacks primarily to give them these subprime loans. They would even go through the churches and try to get them. So what do you think about that, man?
Basically, just to sum it up, man, that's why financial literacy is so important. Because if you don't know, you'll go in there, oh man, that's a good deal. Cool, I got that. My mortgage is going up. My taxes is going up. And then, because you don't know better. And that's one of the other problems in our community is financial literacy. Because
you just trying to get there, man.
We don't know. My bad, man.
You won't let me paint the scene, man. I'm over here.
Hey, man, my bad. I had the roller, man. Let me put the roller down, bro. My bad.
I'm over here trying to paint the house and shit. And you trying to hang pictures up already.
Well, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it right there. That's what I think about it. Is our lack of financial literacy in most cases. They try to take advantage of it.
So another piece, and this is where I disagree with the documentary, is they talked about college educated Black people versus college educated white people. And they talked about how the average white person that graduates from school, while they may earn similar incomes, their net worth as a result is different. So where the average white family has a positive, and I didn't get that number, the average white family has Black family, has a negative net worth. And so you're thinking, you college educated, you got a good job, how in the hell do you have a negative net worth? And that's some crazy shit. So what they were talking about is the guy was saying some shit about, because Black people are, they may be the first one in their family with a good job, so they're more inclined to lend money out. And I was like, that's partially true, but what I think it's different, because I remember growing up, and you probably heard it too, and I was talking to Kim about it, is you were always told, oh, you can never have too much education. Get as much education as you can, which in some ways I agree with that. Learn as much as you can, but don't get student loan. I mean, I know a couple people with like multiple doctorate degrees with hundreds of $1,000s in student loan debt
that you'll be paying until you damn near retired.
You pay until you die. And because of that, you don't have any freedom and you can't do what you want to do.
Right.
And so now that we've talked about student loans, we've talked about hindrance in slavery, we've talked about, houses and everything else.
Wow.
Now let's talk about, and I was thinking about it. I don't want to complain because I'm not that kind of person. I'm here. I fix problems. So I was thinking about, so how do we fix that? How do we close those gaps and fix those numbers? And now you can talk about what you were thinking, little brother.
Going back to the financial literacy, first of all, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn what simple concept of asset and, like you said, net worth. A lot of people don't know what net worth is. Honestly, I didn't know the true definition of net worth until you said something. So educating ourselves to that aspect is extremely important. The other thing I'm going to say, man, is lift your brother up or your sister up. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying? It's, I got to get there before they got to get there. Or I got to get this promotion before they get this promotion. I got to do better than this one. We're competing. And that's something the others don't do. They don't compete as much. I ain't going to say they don't do it at all. But it's like we're constantly at each other's throats to get ahead. You know what I mean?
I was listening to something, and I had to challenge you on that. I don't think the level of competition is different at all.
Okay.
I think I mean, because if you think about it, I mean, you think about some of those people that you hear about white collar crime and, those executives. That's competitive. That's greed. That's all of that stuff.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's any different. I think kind of related to your point is, you know, we tend to try to kick those that are below us and not kick those that are above us. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And instead of working together, we're like, oh, and that's why I do agree with you, some, is that we're kicking down, but not
And
trying to kick up and fight.
I see that type of thing all the time. They'll step on the lower person, but when it comes to the higher person, they'll just sing and dance. And, yes, sir, sir. You want me to pour your coffee, sir? Anything for you, sir. I'm just like, but help this
Right.
man right here to get to your level so you
Mm-hmm.
can elevate yourself. So he know what a good role model looks like.
Right.
Kind of like how you do for me.
Here we go again. Message.
It's been a long day. But no, it's kind of like how
There you
you
go.
did for me, man. And honestly, it starts with. I feel like it starts with our generation.
Mm-hmm.
We're in our 30s, you know what I'm saying? So we're not at that gap where we're just about to retire and be done. We're at that age where we can still build
Speak for yourself.
a
I'm trying to.
foundation. I got a few years. You got a couple less than I do, but still. But we're in the game right now, building this foundation off the knowledge that we know now to pass that knowledge
Mm-hmm.
on to our kids so they can build more on the foundation we build and get that generational wealth thing going. And
Mm-hmm.
I will say, especially our people, I see it on Facebook all the time. Shout out to you, you hustlers out there with your waist beads and your lip gloss and all the other stuff. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, but we're starting to do that now. We're teaching our kids how to be entrepreneurs. We're teaching them
Right.
how to save and invest and everything like that. So I think it's going to start with us and carry on with the next generation. And therefore, I say maybe 2 or 3 generations down the line from
Mm-hmm.
ours, that's when the productivity, the seed that we planted to finally grow. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So thinking about that, and I agree with everything you just said. The one caveat I'll add to that is all those folks out there hustling and got those side hustles, got those businesses that you see on Facebook. One, everybody support them.
Definitely.
Two, if you got those businesses, be sure to save and invest.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna show you something I was doing. I was messing with the compound interest calculator, which what that'll show is how much you put in an investment, how much it'll grow over time.
Mm.
And compound interest, once you start looking into it, is a motherfucker, man. I mean, that once you start looking at it, it changes your life. So,
Right.
for example, the average income of a white family is $171,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Net worth. I just did some rough calculations. If you invested $100 a month for the next 30 years,
At what age?
not I don't care about your age. I said the next 30 years. So if you're
Okay.
30 from now until you're
60.
60,
Okay.
if you're 40 from now until you're 70, if you're
Gotcha.
20 from now until you're 50,
Mm-hmm.
if you invested just $100 a month, your net worth, not counting house, just the value of your investments, assuming an average interest rate, you're looking at about $180,000.
Now, what would be an average interest rate?
Seven. Usually calculations say anywhere from 7 to 10%. A lot of people use 10. I use 7 just to be a little more conservative.
Mm-hmm. And the words
But
of
thinking
Biggie.
about that is that $100 though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much do we waste hundreds of dollars a month buying stupid shit?
Oh, plenty.
And think about it, if you take half, not even all,
Mm-hmm.
you could put that and be in such a better place.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not a millionaire yet, but
Keyword. That's right. That's right.
but
Let me
it's
hold
eye
some.
opening. It's eye opening. One day. Hell no. You know what? No.
No, I'm gonna be getting millions right next to you, big bro.
You will, and I'm proud of you for that.
Yes,
but
sir.
Little story. Back in the day when Kevin was first starting out, Kevin was trying to do his thing, taking care of his kids. He's a young father, and I was like, you know what? No worries. You need a phone to talk to your kids. You just be under my plan. And you remember this, don't you?
Hey man, ringtones was popping back then, bro.
No, it wasn't even ringtone. You go over there, when text used to be 10 cents a text after you met your limit. And so I look at the bill, and his ass got $200 of text messages on my phone. And I was like, you know what? Cut this off. So that's why he ain't getting no more money from me. I will never lend you $1.
Dang, Mister.
If you know what that's from, leave it in the comments.
Yes,
Let us
sir.
know.
Show your age on that.
That's right. That's right. And that means good music.
Yep, definitely.
But looking at it, it's just that simple. I mean, $100 can close that gap and make that number irrelevant. Yeah. Is that the number that you want to say that's my goal and that's what I aspire to? No, but it at least changes the conversation. If we never get reparations, if nothing's ever handed to us, this is how we can do it ourselves. Yeah, and that's what I'm all about. Yeah, if I get a reparations check, I'm gonna take it. I'll be happy for it.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not gonna be sitting on my hands waiting for it. I'm gonna do what I got to do to get what I need. So, for everybody out here listening, if you don't take anything away from what we talked about so far, do that, please. Yeah, put a little money aside.
It ain't gotta be $100.
Just a little bit.
It ain't gotta be $100.
Just start. Get in the habit. I mean, you can invest $10, $20. Just nowadays, like Robinhood and shit like that. I mean, just start. I am not an investment professional. I just do a little bit. So learn all you can. I mean, and like Kevin's been trying to say all night,
I have.
Financial education is important. And just to throw a little bit out there. So I read a book called The Racial Wealth Gap, which kind of talks about the differences and kind of the factors that contribute to it. And actually, it's hard to read. I mean, it's a hard read, but it's eye-opening.
So name a couple.
As far as books,
the reasons for the race gap.
I mean, they talk about the things that we've talked about. So student loan debt, not having access to home loans and land, having access to land, crime and certain statistics that work against us. Some of it was like, oh, woe is me, you poor people, you can't do anything right. But some of it was numbers and facts. So you can take that shit and throw it out the door and do what you got to do.
We can do it, guys.
We sure can.
Just a little bit of discipline and perseverance, baby. We can do it.
That's all it takes. And another book, and I'll try to link these in the description, so you can pick them up. Two that I recommend for everybody. If you have no clue where to start, check out Dave Ramsey, Total Money Makeover. And I can't remember the guy's name. The book's upstairs somewhere. Is I'll Teach You to Be Rich. Nothing complicated, nothing that anybody can't do.
Right.
And it's good stuff. So, all right, that's my college lecture for the day.
I wouldn't say it was a college lecture, man. That was very educational, man, and the people needed it. So your accessory, man, what kind of liquid accessory are you partaking of, if I may ask?
I got a couple. I'm messing with Uncle Nearest tonight. So
okay.
And the other stuff, you'll have to go to Instagram for that. So
check out them accessories.
Fowl Language Podcast. You'll see what Kevin's partaking, and you'll see what I'm partaking.
Well, y'all should already know when I'm on that yak, cuz. No, let me stop. I am on that yak, but anyway.
As always.
So, man, like, you've known me for 34 years. Almost 35, actually. I think. Yeah, 35 almost. So
how old you are?
Yeah, I think I'm 34. I'm around it somewhere. Yeah. And one thing I can say is I have never, ever, ever, ever seen you drunk.
Fair enough.
Like, and you just keep drinking and drinking. I'm like, is this motherfucker liver gone? Or like, we started at the same time. I'm over here trying to go to sleep by the toilet and y'all won't let me. So man, let's hear a drunk story of yours, man. I got one myself, but you know what I'm saying? I really want to hear one of yours because that's
you want to hear one?
That's gonna be gold.
So I've been thinking about it. I probably only got one.
Okay.
I really only got one. Because what's kind of happened through the years is I guess I would have what you call a high tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
And what always happens is one or two things always happen is when I'm drinking. Either I've had enough and the taste starts to go away from me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not one to drink to get drunk.
Right.
I like the taste of different alcohols. I like the complexity. I like the things that you pick out of it. I guess that's why I like cigars and coffee too. All kind of that same vein to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that kind of stuff. So one, like I said, it starts to be nasty for me after a while, and I don't like what it tastes like. So I usually just stop and switch to water or something like that. But the other thing that happens is usually kind of like you alluded to, is that everybody around me will be drinking, everybody's messed up, and I'm like, you know what? If we're out and about, I'm like, let me stop in case something go down. I'll be all right to take care of business. Or if we need to get somebody safe, I can take care of that too. So
The responsible big brother been that guy since he was 12, man.
habits are hard to break, man. Habits are hard to break.
But you ain't always responsible, damn it. So let's hear. Let's hear. You trying to paint the perfect picture, like I shined my armor as I walked on my steed to help those less fortunate than I, because I can hold my alcohol better than anyone, man.
Yes.
So let's hear it, man.
All right. So the story that comes to mind is my wedding day, or the weekend around my wedding.
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, you had to do what you got to do. So you still around?
Yes, sir.
So wedding day, there was a rehearsal. So and I'll kind of tell the whole story to kind of understand how the day went. So we had rehearsal at about 9, 10, about 10. So we do the thing, you practice walking down the aisle and all that stuff. And then we go to the rehearsal. Wasn't a dinner, it was more like a lunch. So that, or brunch. It's about 11. So we sit at the table, and I wasn't thinking. I just ordered a beer. So they had one of the big old tall beers.
Mm-hmm.
And then my groomsmen, this is probably shortly after I switched from Cavassier and Hennessy and stuff like that to whiskey. And so they just send a bottle of Johnny Walker down at about 11 in the morning, a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So we start pouring off on that, and drinking on that. And then we go through that. And then we go to the Kim's mom had like a thing at her house, since it was up there, where people who were in town, they could kind of come and hang out, different sizes of the family could meet, friends could meet friends, stuff like that. Kind of good time, fellowship, and plenty of food, good times. Still drinking.
Right.
So
now, what were y'all drinking on when you started at 11, right?
Yeah, it was for me, it was just beer and Johnny Walker. So working on that bottle through the course of the day.
Eesh.
And so after that, it's time for the bachelor party. And I was like, I don't want stereotypical strippers or anything like that. Nothing against it if you do. Nothing against that. That just wasn't what I wanted. So we were in Jersey. So we went up to Atlantic City, and I don't even know if it's still open. I doubt it. But we went to the 4040 Club, Jay-Z's club up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're in line. We're waiting to get in. And a girl went to college with, she's like working the event that's there. And so she's like, hey, we can get you guys in the VIP. You get married? Oh, you getting some drinks.
Nice.
So we get up there, we're in the VIP, we're hanging out, and drinks are coming. And there's a bottle of Jack that's been finished a couple hours ago. And so the rest of the story is from what I've heard and what I've been told over the years. So according to stories and what I've been told is that we left and we sat outside and we were taking a picture. We took a picture at a fountain or something. And so I smiled for the picture. I've seen the picture. And I smiled, took the picture and all that shit. And they said, next thing I know, I lean over and I'm calling Earl in the fountain. So the fountain's got a little bit of extra liquid, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts. And then they walk me to the car because I'm gone, from what I understand. And one piece I do remember is my shoe broke.
Your shoe broke.
My shoe broke, bro. And
Not your
And
shoe, bro.
my shoe, bro. And I had just bought these shoes because it was like, it's wedding weekend. I'm about to be fresh.
Dang.
So I bought these shoes, and next thing I know, my shoe was broke. I got them bitches reimbursed though, but that's another story for another day. So anyway, go to the car. We're driving back home. It's about a 45 minutes to an hour back to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, stop. Just stop. And oh, time out, everybody. I'll tell a story in a minute. This is my daughter, Simone. Say hey, everybody.
Hey, niece.
Every night she comes out and counts the geckos outside. I don't think she'll see any tonight because it's kind of chilly outside.
It's gecko time.
But that's what she likes to do. She likes animals and wildlife and stuff like that. So I don't think she's gonna be successful tonight because it's too cold for her. None of them.
My niece can outfish anybody, by the way.
Yes, she can. Yes, she can.
She didn't find none?
No, it's too cold out here.
Man. Next time.
Night, baby. It's like in the 40s out here right now. So we went from, I think, mid 80s yesterday. Mm-hmm. Rains and it's 40.
Dang.
So now back to the story. So we stop. I call early again. And we go back to the room. Mm-hmm. And I guess apparently I locked my doors, hit the deadbolt. Now I was well enough to know to lock my shit up. So next thing I know, my grooms are beating on the door, and they went downstairs to get the front desk to try to let him in. They're like, hey,
he did. I knew he did.
Right. Yeah, my best man, he's like, look, he's getting married today. I don't know what's going on. He's not answering the door. I just want to make sure he's not dead. So please, I know it's against the rules, but can you please let me in? So they open the door, and I don't really do hangovers, so I wake up like, what the hell y'all want, man? What's going on?
So did you forget you was getting married that morning?
No, I knew. I had a clock set because I had to get my haircut or my head shaved. And so Kim's rule was do whatever you want, just don't be drunk on the altar. So didn't get drunk, drank a little more the next day, but not drunk at the altar. So that is the only time. Nothing really stupid happened because, other than the fountain having some extra markings on it now. But
interesting.
That's it.
Oh man, we got to chase that, man. Before we too old to actually do what we do, how we do it. I got to get you right one time, man.
It ain't gonna happen. I mean, maybe in Denver. No, maybe not. But no, that's it. I mean, that's it. I'm sorry, I don't have all the fun stories and stupid stuff happen, but I am sure you ain't got no sense without alcohol. So, brother,
man,
the floor.
There's so many, man. I mean, you got the spaghetti incident. I know you remember that one.
Where your daughter woke me up in the middle of the morning. I'm mad at you.
Man, I thought I was gonna die that day, boy. That was some fierce. The other time when we was doing was passing the Cavassier around, and I departed and was asleep in the bathroom.
Is that the time when your pants fell?
No.
Did you walk into the car? That was a different time.
That was the next time. The first night of our first family reunion when I passed out on the porch, and they carried me into the living room, and then my pants fell down, getting carried to the car. But I think my worst one had to be when I was on R&R when I went to Guam, man, because that was something. Now, mind you, I was how many months of deployment we were about 4, maybe 5 months into deployment at that time when I took R&R. So when you're deployed, there's no alcohol, no this, no that. So my tolerance is like, on top of that, I lost like 20, 30 pounds. So I ain't the biggest dude ever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm big and everything, but I ain't big.
I hear excuses coming. Go on.
So, first of all, the hospitality and everything like that my Chamorro family showed me while I was over there is awesome. You go party, you sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? You're the guest, so you're just sitting. So the night started with
if it's anything like when your in-laws when I saw your in-laws that time in Atlanta, they good people, man. So if it's anything like that, it had to be good times.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna eat no vegetables, but Good times.
No, but you gonna eat, boy. You gonna eat.
Woo.
3 hots in the cot, boy. Gotta have them. But yeah, so we're at the wife's people's house, and we just started off. We just drinking beer. I got me a bottle of what am I drinking? Then I think I was drinking Henny. Yep, I was drinking Henny Black. So it started off with Heineken. So my Heineken would get to about like right here. And then Uncle Ken would pop up. Here you go, my boy. It get right there again. Here you go, my boy. Get right there again. Here you go, my boy. So I'm drinking that. I'm drinking the Henny at the same time. Then all the females of the family was like, hey, Purry, I thought you was gonna drink with us. Now Purry is kind of like how can I put this?
Like a term of endearment or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like brother, because I'm like a godfather to a lot of the kids over there, and their godparents to our boys. So they call me Purry. So they was like, Purry, you want to come? I thought you'd take a shot with us. Okay. Ha, ha.
So you do got like 20 kids.
So 2 shots. And then they was like, hey, Purry, man, you playing beer pong? Yes. So we over there playing beer pong. Boom, boom, boom. About 3 games in, this is the last thing I remember. The ball went this way in slow motion. My hands did like this. I thought I had that moment. I thought I was doing some Last Dragon Ball Z Bruce Lee shit. That shit, it came this way and I did like this. I said, oh, I got it. And that shit went right past me. And then I tried to go get it because it rolls under the car. I stumble a little bit. I get up and then I sit back down and here comes Uncle Ken again. Oh, you're empty. Here you go, my boy. Shit.
Oh, man. Those are the worst, man. Those people that don't let your glass get empty, the worst and the best at the same time.
And it's rude because you got to drink it. So at this point, I'm chilling. I'm kind of like this. You know, I'm kind of like a Weekend at Bernie's at this point. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm barely kid. I'm like a newborn baby trying to keep my damn head up and shit. So Janae's brother, James, he goes in, was like, oh man, Purry looks sleepy. Let's get him a pillow. So he gets me a pillow. I'm out. Boom. Don't remember nothing until it's time to get up and go to the car. We get to the car. We go to the room. Now, mind you, it's me, the wife, and Keontae. And Keontae was a baby then. We get to the little parking garage of the hotel. I said, just leave me in the car. Just leave me. You and the boy go in the car. She said, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. Last thing I remember then, because I was going in and out of consciousness a couple times, but my last time being conscious was she went in, came back, and I woke up the next morning. Now, how I woke up the next morning was funny because I woke up on a freaking luggage cart. So
explain.
And don't worry, guys. I got the picture still. I'll be dropping them on Instagram and Facebook here. So, but I woke up on the luggage cart because she had to figure out a way to get me upstairs and get Keontae upstairs at the same time. So she put me on the luggage cart. So on the luggage cart, you know how I sleep my eyes open sometimes. So my eyes, it was looking like I was dead, bro. I was like this. Sleep.
They thinking you didn't she done took you out trying to hide the evidence, huh?
Yeah, and then she was rolling me in. She said people just looking, going, "Oh my God!" And she was like, "Well, what the fuck you looking at?" You know how she do. Oh, angry. But
you won't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah, but then I woke up the next day, and we went and did it again. But I didn't get as wasted.
Well, you gotta do it the second time. What they call it, hair the dog.
Yeah,
because I did the same thing. I mean, it was an open bar for the wedding party, so same kind of thing.
But it was awesome, man. Like for me to feel so comfortable there to get to it like that. First of all,
yeah.
I mean, I'm on an island or country, whatever you want to. Well, island/country, Guam. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Am I gonna wake up in the jungle or some shit? I mean. Those were my initial reactions because you know the short time frame from when we met to when we got married and everything like that. So
it's about 3 days.
Yes, it might as well be married at first sight. Right. Flying there, I ain't know what to expect, but that was such a great time, man. It's such a beautiful freaking island. If you and Kim ever get the chance to go, I think y'all should go. Anybody, I think y'all should go, man. That you get a lot of love out there and. Whew, boy, do they drink. I thought partying with my Mexican homeboys was something, but partying with them, sheesh.
You felt right at home, didn't you?
Yeah, man, I did until I woke up elsewhere. But
yep.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, it took me a long while to get to where I'm sitting right now, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
who Guam out of all places, for example. I thought I seen that like on shoes or toys or something. I didn't know what the hell a Guam was, you know what I'm saying? I done been to
Mm-hmm.
what one like 3 or 4 different countries and starting out, I didn't think I was gonna get that far, man. And I know you done had a few trials and tribulations. You actually went the straighter route compared to myself. You
Sure.
know what I'm saying? So I mean, how do you feel
But
about
it
where you
don't matter, uh, as long as you get there. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
so I want, you in particular, if you don't mind enlightening us first, I'll share mine after, but how do you
Mm.
feel about where you are now?
Oh man.
From how you
Um.
started to where you're sitting right now?
Oh man. And it's wow. That's a fantastic question, man. And whew, deep. So there's a lot of levels to that question, man.
Mm-hmm.
Um. I mean, and especially where we are in the world right now,
Mm-hmm.
I think in a lot of ways, everything that has gone on has kind of built to me looking at this situation where we are right now
Mm-hmm.
as like, oh, I could either complain and be upset and be sad and depressed with everything going on in the world. And for those that are, my heart goes out to you guys.
Yep.
It's hard. Things are hard right now. Things are crazy. There's a lot of uncertainty. If you can, talk to somebody. Please, 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 please. I can't emphasize that
Yep.
enough. Talk to somebody, get some therapy, talk to a good friend that's got a good level head. Just anything you can do. Just don't suffer alone. Don't suffer in
Your
silence.
mental health is important.
It is. But kind of like the journey, it's kind of a weird journey is, I kind of took the path like you said, the graduate from high school, go to college, get what's considered a good job,
Mm-hmm.
and work and expect retirement and get that gold watch when you retire. Um, but I'd say the past 3 to 5 years, kind of right around the time I started figuring out personal finance, the thing about it is once it was kind of like that that watershed moment where everything started to make sense and you
Yeah.
start to see that there's options. And I started reading and you start learning about different things. So like one of the things that's kind of big for me right now, um and it kind of piggybacks with believing in God, but kind of right in there, and they complement each other so well. Is I started studying what's called Stoicism, and I mean I know you've heard of the Stoic, blah blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
but really understanding what that means, and to me, it means being prepared for a situation. If it could go, everything could go to shit, but it's how you look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and what do you make out of it. And I think because of that, I've been able to just take things as they come. If it's a setback, kind of bob and weave and be ready to have a plan A, a plan B, and plan C,
Mm-hmm.
and be ready to go. And just there's just so much peace, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know stuff ain't perfect.
Never will be,
Not
man.
gonna lie, lie
Never
about
will
that.
be.
I mean, stuff goes wrong all the time, even today. Um, but it's all about how you look at it. I mean, you can sit and dwell and complain and everything else, but that don't do anything. And once I learned that, and once I learned that you can fix your own problems, things got great, man.
It
Things are
actually makes the
good.
situation harder. You start
Yeah,
complaining
it
and
does. It does. You look for excuses, and
mm-hmm.
I mean, you realize that any situation you're in, with some exceptions. I mean, a few years back when I showed a check to Cadillac, that's a story for another day. Um, we'll talk about that another day. It was still about how you looked at it. I mean, I could have been upset and pissed off and mad, but because of that, I mean, being able to step back and look at it from outside looking in, I was able to come out ahead.
Yeah.
After looking at that, and I mean, I think that's kind of where I am right now, and I'm just happy because everything that's going on, I see an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
and just like why we sitting here right now. I mean, it came out, you know, if it just goes that we talk and we can show our kids these later on,
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Okay, this is
But I want as many people out there to check it out. So please like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff.
Definitely.
Please do that. We love to meet as many people as we can. This is I'm enjoying it. I'm excited.
Everybody has different perspectives, and we love to hear them all.
Yeah, it's so exciting. So exciting. And I did want to add, I forgot to add this a little while ago. Please in the comments, tell us about your drunk stories. And some of the best ones, maybe we'll share them on a future show or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So
let's see if you can top mine, because that was pretty.
Yeah, I done heard some stories, bro. I'm sure they can catch it.
Yeah, I love to hear them, man.
I'm sure,
because I know I ain't the worst one out there, bro. I know I ain't the worst.
No. But no, to kind of finish out the answer to your question, it's just in a great place, man, and it's all about how you see things and knowing that things ain't perfect, things never will be perfect, but it's all about how you look at it. And not saying I'm on some rainbows and unicorns and no shit like that, but you know, I mean,
it's kind of a frilly hat you got on, cuz.
Hey, it's warm, bro. And if it was frilly, so what? Frilly some cool shit.
Got you. So what are like pink unicorns, nigga? You want your cornbread? Like, damn.
So no, man, just it's all about just being in a good spot, and knowing that despite all the turmoil and things in the world that's going on right now, you realize it's not, while it seems like it's the worst, at some point in time it's going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, the only way it gets better is how you look at it and your perspective of it. And that may be the only change out there, but that's enough. That's enough. I heard the cork pop accessory re-up. So I'm going to return the question to you. And while you're getting situated, one of the things I do want to talk about is, while partaking in my Uncle Nearest and the likes, I have to remember to save a little bit because I'm working on what's called an infinity bottle. Mm-hmm. You ever heard of those? Have I told you about that before?
Yeah, will you put the last little bit of the bottles you drink into one bottle?
Yeah, so I'm about 2/3 through the way of my first infinity bottle, and I'm kind of excited. I want to taste it just to see where it's at.
No, let it be up first.
I know, because I'd be mad if I get this bottle filled up and it tastes like ass, and I'm sad and disappointed.
Dang.
So man, I'll take that question and turn it on to you, man. So how, where you are now, because I know where you've been.
I can't do them a laugh about it now, man.
And I know where you are. So man, tell me how one, kind of give us, you don't have to, give us your whole life story and testimony or anything like that, but kind of tell us how you got to, being where you were to being in the place you are right now, and you're in a good place.
For starters, man, I was freaking hard-headed, bro. Didn't listen to nothing, didn't listen to nobody. I did what I felt I wanted to do, when I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. I guess it's hereditary, man. But anyway.
And when you say hereditary, what makes you say that?
Because our father did what he wanted to do, when he wanted to do it, how he wanted to do it.
Yes, he did, man.
But I mean, really, I don't know, man, because like I said, I didn't listen to nothing, and then had my first baby at 17, and I had this grand idea, like drop out of school, work full-time at Taco Bell, and that's going to make the ends meet. And so, I did that. Didn't finish my education. Year and a half.
What's going on over there, man?
Sirens. I don't know, man. It's been...
Is it that the snake that was at your house today?
It could have been, man. It could have been. It was frightening, man. It was frightening. About as big as my finger right here. Letter L, but yeah. Gotta embrace the sirens. Shout out to the first responders that's doing what they do right now. But yeah, then year and a half, Dre was born. Like a year and a half or so. Then Shania came, and getting fired from here and there, still not listening. Doing stupid stuff like payday loans and doing
Man,
other
payday loans are the worst.
tell me about it.
Gosh.
Doing other miscellaneous stuff, and then eventually I was just in a real bad spot where I was like, I got to get out of this environment, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm gonna end up. And this is not the person I want to. This is not the person my kids need to see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is not what I wanted for them. So then, messed around, tried to join the Air Force, didn't work. Navy didn't work.
You're too short for the Air Force, and you can't swim. So how the hell is that gonna work?
Anywho, so then I was like, forget it, man. I was frustrated. It was back to what you were saying earlier about not letting stuff like get to you and push through it. Find out a solution. I didn't have that mindset then, so I was just like, screw it. I might as well just go out here and just do some street stuff just to stack some money up and blah 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 blah. And then the homie Ronnie came and was like, man, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
talk to this recruiter about joining the army. You should come with me. I was like, what the hell? Let's go. So I went in there, talked to the recruiter, boom, 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 boom. Paperwork went through. In a week, I went off to MEPS. If you don't know what MEPS is, join the army, you'll figure it out.
Or you can just tell those that won't be joining the army.
I could, but you know what I'm saying? Come on, be a part of the team. No, but
that sounds like some Starship Trooper shit. Be a good citizen.
I'm gonna do my part. See, okay, so MEPS is basically where we do all our appointments, our physicals. They give us our job, or the proper term is our MOS or whatever, and everything like that. And you swear in, you put your right hand up, swear in, and all that other stuff. So that's basically what MEPS is. For anybody who didn't know what MEPS is, don't plan on joining the military. That's what MEPS is. So then join the army, and then even then, it was still rough. I started at the bottom. I had no rank on my chest. You know what I'm saying? Barely making anything. Still had these 3 kids to take care of.
And you were ugly.
No, never that, man. Never that. They call me Chocolate Truffle.
No. Anyway.
No. But even the army was rough, man. You know what I'm saying? I was missing the kids. Shania wasn't even talking when I left. So that played a major part. And then AIT came around. We had a few issues with her mom at that point. And it was just jacked up. But then I met my wife then, and then stuff slowly started to build, and then we got together. Stuff was still rocky, you know what I'm saying? We had a air mattress and a portable DVD player and 1 chair. That's all we had.
Hey, shout out to the air mattress to start.
Yes, sir.
I've been there too. I know.
Who has it? That's the question. Who has it? So we started off like that, and then we didn't know each other long. So I'm in a marriage with somebody I barely know.
Mm-hmm.
And our first year was rocky, like really, really rocky. I was active duty Monday through Friday, Friday through Sunday. I mean, we getting it in army wise. And then year roll around, I deployed. Deployment was what it was, and a couple of other things hit. Like child support, things like that hit. But to end all this was one day a few years ago. I woke up and I was like, Kevin, there's too much negativity around. You know what I'm saying? Try pushing that away, giving all you got to something positive, and see what the outcome is. And actually listen to people's advice, because you don't know everything, and there's people that know way more than you do.
Can you say that one more time?
I will
for
not.
The cheap seats.
I will not. They should have bought better tickets.
There's a couple people that will pay money for that right there. Go on.
I started listening, started doing positive stuff. Getting out of my comfort zone was a big thing too. Especially being in Augusta, I was comfortable with Augusta. I didn't want to leave Augusta. Augusta was Augusta. Comfort zone. That's something else for everybody else. Get out your comfort zone. You never know what you'll find.
Being comfort is probably the worst thing that can happen to somebody.
So I got out my comfort zone, and I just kept climbing the ranks, man. Just climbing the ranks in life, climbing the ranks in the military. I've always taken care of my kids from the age of 17 until now and beyond. I always took care of them the best I could. Always put them first. Always thought family first. And that motivated me also to get in a more positive space because I got teenagers, man. They're expensive. Jesus Christ.
Not looking forward to that day.
Man, Daddy, Daddy, can you let me hold? Expensive. I love them to death. And they can have the shirt off my back. This is why I told them a couple weeks ago. This is why I do what I do, to make sure y'all can have what you want and what you need. Because, you know, us growing up, it was more what we needed versus what we wanted 90% of the time, I would say. So, you know what I'm saying? I climbed and I'm continue to climb, man. I'm not done yet. But the spot I am, it's a real good spot. You know what I'm saying? I think for both of us, we got a lot of angels looking down, bro. So we got a lot of blessings.
You got that right.
That's constantly coming through to us, man. So, yeah, I like where I'm at. I love where I'm at, man, because I could have been, ain't no telling.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm glad, man. I'm telling you, what I see today, definitely glad to see what I see, man.
I appreciate
doing
it,
good
man.
stuff. I'm proud of you, man.
I appreciate
For
it.
real.
The wonders of getting your head out your ass, man. Or better, or more PC, I guess. Getting out of your own way.
No, this is foul language.
Ain't it? Getting your head out your MFing ass.
Sorry, Mom, because I know you're gonna watch this at some point.
Lamar made me do it, Mom. It wasn't
me. Snitch.
But yeah, man, it's a good thing, man. And then we doing what we're doing now. I just, whoever watches it, I don't give a damn if we get 1,000 views or not, which I do want them though. Comment, share, all that good stuff, but give people a different look. You know what I mean? Because the people that know us but don't know us, all of us, you know what I'm saying? They're seeing every angle, every side of us. So, you know what I'm saying? Fowl Language Podcast. Tune in, everybody. You know what I'm saying? My big bro Lamar. You the man,
bro. Brother Kevin, man. You're doing good stuff. I'm proud of you. So I think with that, man, I think we can call it. I think this is a good place to stop it. Everybody, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, check us out wherever you get your podcast from. But if you want to see these faces, you know, we had the video on YouTube.
Yeah,
and always hit us up on Instagram or Facebook if you want to chat with us a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Links will be in the description. And any questions you got, anything you want to hear us talk about, know about us, reach out. Yeah. And with that, folks, take care.
Yes, sir. We out.